Hello, so today I'm going to be doing a first, which is I'm going to be creating a collage on a piece of software called Krita, which is that's about Krita, and this is a free equivalent of Photoshop that I can't believe I didn't know about until recently, and I haven't done a video about it yet because I've just been trying to find my way around it. And there are some bits on there that's similar to Photoshop, and some things are quite dissimilar, and makes it a little harder to do. But it's free, so it's one of these things where you just learn around it. So, because here I've got some brush presets, and I've got to remember what they are, but they something in there to do with the clone stamp tool, and I figure that out again with a different piece. This one piece I'm going to make doesn't need that, so I'm going to make quite a basic piece to start off with. So I've got this here as my background, and I'm going to have this woman here behind, and I'm going to have it kind of raining some skulls, or some skulls coming down in the background. So first, what I'm going to do is, oh no, I've got my signature, of course. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I've got this here. These are all images I got from Pixabay, by the way. So first I'm going to check the size. So to do that, I go to image, and the actual the tool that the part of it that makes you change the size is kind of almost in a way precise, but it doesn't roll off the tongue very well. Scale an image to new size instead of some simple like image resize. So the width on this is 31.43. It's 41.72. This is in centimeters, and it's got a 300 pixels per inch or dots per inch, whichever way you want to put it. That's a good size picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this lady here, and I want her to be in front of the picture. So we have a contiguous selection tool, which in Photoshop is called the magic stamp or magic wand tool. So I've done that. I clicked on the bright background select, and this will select very easily. Now to invert it, I believe it's still Control Shift and I. That's inverted it. So now ordinarily Photoshop, what I could do is I could click on this and pop it out, but it doesn't seem to work on this. So what I do is I Control and C to select it, to copy it even, and then in here I Control and V, and I have now pasted it over. And something I have to try and remind myself is on Photoshop that is usually the move around tool with select shapes. To move stuff around on here, you've got this little cross, and that moves a layer. So I'm going to have a look down at, so it's that move there, and I just click on that. Always click on that arrow and just to come off what I've already selected. Now, like I said, I'm going to make this one easy. This won't take very long, or shouldn't do, but there's not much room there for the skulls to be coming down. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make the canvas a bit bigger, so which means this is not going to be a perfect A4-ish type shape. It's going to be a bit taller than it is than it ordinarily would be, but that's fine. So I'm going to size the canvas a little. So it's the same with Photoshop. You can you can do it from down up that way, or you can do it so it would. So if I was to change the height there this way, it would add a bit more there. But if I just want to add at the top, I click the bottom button there, and the height, say I will make this 45 centimeters. So I've got a bit more. There you go. Now what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to see what it looks like if I just stretch these top skulls here. So I use the rectangular selection, the Control and T to transform, and I will just pull, and that I've taken the wrong Control Z to get rid of that. I'm on the wrong layer. So we've got our layers here, this background. So Control and T, so if it'll let me. But this one's locked. So what I need to do, I will right mouse click. I'll get rid of this first. I will right mouse click on this background layer, and you've got a duplicate layer. So now Control T, and this one's not locked, so I can, and that still looks fine. What I was originally going to do is I was going to maybe make a copy of the layer, bring it up and cut around there, but I see copies of things and I don't really want to do that. So that's that going there. And what I'll do to go a bit more room to, whoops, so if we're trying to remember what button's what, move this. So I'm going to pull her down a bit here because you don't really need to see the bottoms of her legs. Now, one problem I've noticed with Krita is it tends to snap to things a bit, and I haven't figured out how to turn that off, because on Photoshop what I do is go to Window and then turn off Snap, because sometimes it does snap to settings. I haven't figured that out yet. So what I'll do now, really what I will do now, in fact actually, this copy of the background, it's still, there's a little white line at the top, so there you go, got rid of that. What I'll do now is I'll control and save, because I'm going to save I'll just call it School's Rain for now, and I'll save it as a JPEG because that's what it's going to be. You can save it as its own Krita one, and as a Photoshop image, which is good. So I will save that just so that I don't lose my hard work, my hard work-ish. So now I'm going to get my first skull, and what I'm going to do again, do the contiguous selection tool, or we call the magic wand tool in Photoshop, and Control and X to get rid of that. I've got a bit in the middle of the jawline, and then do this again. That is very strange. I don't know why they're both. Well, I will have to do them. My way of trying to get out of this, because for some reason it's doing it as still the original lines, which I've never come across before. What I can do is I don't need to be that precise about it. I'll just draw a square selection tool around it and Control and C, and go into this image, Control and V. And it's actually a pretty small size, which helps because I want to have some of these raining down. So, but I don't want it to be quite square, so fall like that. And I will copy it again. Then move that to somewhere else. I'll change the angle a bit. And the dimensions a little, so it's not exactly the same. And let's get a third one. I'll copy the original. Oops. In fact, I can just Control and V again. Don't need to copy the layer. And what I will do is, I've never figured out how to flip it yet. Oh, mirror image horizontally. Oops. So what I'll do then is I will Control and T, and still doing it. So what I'll need to figure out now is how to flip that. I haven't figured out how to do that, so that might be for another one. So unless, there we go. Flip it. You can just flip it around like that. So I know there's a cleaner way of doing that, but that's how I've done that one. So still learning as I go, as you can see. So we've got another skull bones here. So we'll have some forward-facing ones. 1 or 2 of those. So again, magic wand. I'm still going to accidentally call it the magic wand because that's just how it is. I'm used to Photoshop. So this is just something I'm doing as fun, just to see if I can. Sometimes it can be a pain in the nuts to put the to fire Photoshop up. So yeah. So let's get this together. So where was I before? Oh, Skull's Reign. That's it. This is the problem, you're not being able to pop it out. I have to try and search what I've got up. So I'll have that one a bit further up there like that, but again tilt it. And so that's that there. Make another one in. Oops. Tilt that a little bit more that way, make it a bit smaller. I won't be so quite precise about keeping the same dimensions, keeping it to scale. Reason for that is just so they can try and look a little bit different. And that one I shall flip as such. And that one's smaller, and it's coming down there. And that one will fall upside down. In fact, no, we'll put that one down there, upside down-ish. One last one. This isn't going to be one of my most major brilliant pieces, but it's good for a indication of how you can use this kind of software. I'm going to try and learn how to use it more. Now this is currently behind the skull. I want it to be above it, so I'm going to go to my layers and try and bring it above. There we go, it's above it. Restack it. And now the last part is I shall put on my signature. I don't know how many more I'm going to be doing this year, because as you can see this is the 10th of December, so I'll see how many more pieces I have time to do, because you know how these things go. I mean, Christmas coming up and everything. Now I need this signature to be above here, because it's going to go in her bag. However, not as big as it is right now. So what I'm going to do then is here we go. Thing is, when you zoom in, it will sometimes not keep it central. It will do it like this. So you do have little toggle bars there that they're difficult to see because they're very similar colour, but they are there. I'll make that smaller, turn it so it fits nicely, and then That's that done there. Let's zoom out. And for a quick piece on a piece of software that I'm not that familiar with, it's not too bad. This is just more of a demonstration piece. So let me know what you think of this, or I'm going to tell you what I'm going to call it actually. So I'll save it, Control save it again. So I've got to get it to my actual folder. 2024 folder. And I'm going to call it, I should have stopped doing this, naming things after song titles because it's recently caused me a little bit of bother. But I'm going to call it Here Comes the Rain. There you go. But this is one I don't think I'm going to sell anything apart, sell or put on anything to sell, unless people really like it. So let me know what you think of this. Like, share, and subscribe. The description has my link tree, which has my merch links and my socials. And I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.